Hello everyone, welcome back to CNE. So this is the lecture number 4 of our complete Git course, and this particular video will be stretched a bit further because there are a lot of concepts that we are going to cover in this video. So please pay full attention to this video and listen everything very carefully. Okay, so without having any further ado, let's begin. So as you can see, I am in my project directory. If I can show you the files, yes, I have the files. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to quickly launch my Visual Studio Code here. Okay. So the first command that we are going to show over here is the diff command in Git and what it performs. So suppose I have my page over here, and if I open it using the live server, let's try it. You can see here, previously in my videos, if you have followed, there were two cards over here which I've commented. Okay, and now I'm going to revert the changes. Let's comment out again, and now let's do one thing. Let's see the changes. So you can see here the cards are back here. We have two cards over here. Now this change, this particular change has been reflected in my project directory as long along with in the browser. Okay, but has it reflected on my Git? Let's check. So I'll quickly run the git status command. Okay, here you can see it says that I modified index.html. So I'll do this thing, okay, for safety purpose. And now I'm going to show you a command with which you can inspect the changes that you have made. So the command is pretty much simple for your unstaged files. Okay, the files that have been haven't been sorry the staged files that haven't been committed yet, you can use the command git diff and then hyphen hyphen staged. Okay, it will show you the exact changes that you have made. Okay, the insertions that you have made. Okay, you can see here. Okay, if you press enter, you can see here. So this diff command will help you to the changes that you have made. It will help you to inspect the changes that you have made. It will create a boundary between the previous version and the current version, so you can inspect your changes, you can see your changes, and then you can commit. Okay, I'm quickly committing. Okay, so I don't have anything to change now. You can see here the branch master is clean. Okay, so this is how you inspect changes. Now there is another way of doing that. You can use visual tools like there are a lot available in the market. I'll give you a link for that article in which you can see the visual tools that you have for inspecting the changes in diff command, using diff command. So in order to see the overall changes, okay, that particular command was for your staged files. Okay, so to see the overall changes, you can use simply git diff and nothing else. Okay, so this command will help you to see the overall changes, but in order to see the changes in your staged files, you can use git diff hyphen hyphen staged. Git allows you to browse through your history and see what are the changes that have been made. Just wait a second. What are the changes that you have made or the previous commits using the log command? Okay, it was not the history command. I beg your pardon. It is the log command that you are going to use. Okay, so the command is pretty simple. Git log, and here you will see the author, the date in which you have committed your changes, and you can see here the message also, save changes. This is the latest commit that I've made. You can see the previous commit using enter. Okay, so you can see here there are not a lot of commits over here, but you can see all of them. Okay, so this is how you see your commits using the git log command. The command is pretty easy: git hyphen git space then log. And here you can see another thing, the head points to the master. So what is this master? We are not going to get into this branching system, but all I need you to know is that every time you work on a project, there are several branches that you can create. Master is one of them. Master is the most, we can say that master is the core branch or the main path which you will follow. You can also create branches of your own in order to divide your changes, in order to release some versions which you don't want to get merged with the master branch. Okay, that I'll show you in the next course, which will be the advanced course, advanced Git course. This is just a basic course for beginners. This will mess around with a lot of public if I start to explain the master and the different branches that you have. Okay, so we are not going to cover branches in this section, but we are going to cover in the upcoming videos. So stay tuned for that. In order to see a shorter version of this log command, you can use something like a argument in order to display a shorter version, in order to save your time. So the command is pretty simple: git log and then on one line. So this will do what? This will show you the entire log status of the history status in just one line. Okay, you can see here the comments that I've made, and this is a unique identifier. There is a function of this unique identifier which I'll show you in a few minutes. So what it does is very crucial. Okay, this thing is very important, guys. This is a unique identifier which is somehow related to your commit. Every time you commit, this unique identifier will be generated, and you can do a lot of things using this unique identifier. There is an entire function related to this unique identifier which I'll show you in a few minutes. So in order to display what changes that have been made while committing, you can use the show command. This is another command which is very important in your Git course. Show command is very important for for developers to to keep things in track. Okay, so the command is pretty simple. You see right here, just wait, git show. Okay, and this will show you the changes made by the author. Okay, there is a difference between the diff command and the show command. Show command can show you the what do you say, the changes that you've been made in the branches. Okay, like in the master branch, what are the changes that you've made, and it can use a lot of arguments in order to make things more clear. Like it can use the unique identifier that I have discussed, and it can also help you in judging the changes or judging the code that you have written. Okay, so let me show you. Suppose I am writing here git show head branch So suppose you want to see a change that has been made very recent, or the commit or the last commit that have been made. So you can use the show command very efficiently over here. You can use the show command like this: git suppose show, and then you can write here the head master branch. Okay, so the head points to the master branch, and you can write here something like this. Let's see, number of steps there behind your previous commit. Suppose the latest commit that I've done, I want to see things over there. Okay, so I have to write here one and then hit enter. It will show me the latest commit that I've made. Okay, so as you can see, I've added this portion I've previously shown you. So the show command is very useful for developers to keep a track of, on the branches that you use. Okay, so it can also take unique identifier to show you the changes that have been made. Suppose let me show you. Git show. Let me show you this. Git log. Let's make it short. One line. So I want to see the changes that I've made in this unique identifier or in this during this commit. Okay, so what do I have to write here? I have to write just a simple program over here, command over here, git show. I forgot the identifier. Let me copy it. If I can copy, no, I can't copy it. Let's run the command over here, git show, and then the unique identifier, suppose D287005. I want to see the changes that have been made in this commit. Okay, so I'll write here git show command followed by the unique identifier, and then I'll press enter. It will show me the exact details. Okay, these have been made in this date, and you can see here deleted this file and the variables. Okay, so this is how you make use of show command. There are many more things that needs to be covered. As I said, the branching part is not yet done. It will be done in the advanced git course. So till then you just get the hang of the beginner level, and then you can go over there. Okay, so there is one more thing that I need to cover. I need to show you how can you unstage changes for restoring them. Suppose let me show you. So here I don't have any problem over here. I'm adding a file. Let's make a file and then add it. Okay, let's see if this file is there. Okay, we have this file. Now what we are going to do is let's go over here and status. So I have one file to add. Now I'll add this file. Okay, and let me show you. So I have staged this file. Now I want to unstage these changes, okay, over this file. Okay, so you can use the restore command to unstage changes. Okay, suppose I'm using command like git restore. Okay, and then staged, and then let's go with the file name sum.txt. So now if I run the git status program, you can see here it is saying the file needs to be added again. So you can use the restore command to remove files from your staging area and to put back them where they belong. Okay, so this one thing that you can use. I think I have completed over 50% of what you will require during your git entire thing. Okay, so I think I have covered more than 60% of what you require in the git thing in maintaining your code. So I wish you all the very best, and then the next video we will cover the github section, how you can use github and how to integrate git with github. Okay, so till then, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.